Welcome to Oshawa, where it's Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network. Brian Teal here as the first place Oshawa Outlaws get set to take on the Whitby Steelhawks. Opening face-off here as Bergsma leans in, wins it back. A lot of hacking. They come away with it running through center. Circling in behind the net here, holding on to it is Strasher. Strasher has it again, tries to come back out in front and tries to tuck it through, but a save there by Tyler Glebe. And Whitby's able to start back the other way. Feeding one through the middle, pinched off just as he crosses into the zone and then starting to circle on the perimeter. Whitby going to work early. The last time these two teams met up, Whitby got out to an early 2-0 lead. Had a couple of leads before eventually surrendering. A long shot there, steered aside by Ryan Schutzkowski, and it started back out for Oshawa. Overhand chop on Chaykowski right there as he waits for reinforcements at center. John St. John, pressure on him, but he flips it over. Nice spin move on the right-hand side, ducking in. And a crease violation, so shot comes back. Whitby starting out once again. Long stretch pass just out of the reach there as Austin Murphy couldn't corral it. Whitby going to work, Oshawa rather, going to work once again as that one's turned back, coming in into the zone, gaining the zone, bounce pass off the board, stick hacked out of the hands right there. Whitby might have a chance here, breaking out, 2-0, back the other way, and that one's tucked over the shoulder of Schutzkowski, and it's an early lead once again for Whitby. Trailing 1-0 now, Oshawa going to work. 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Rolling ball, kicked around a couple of times, bounces up, trying to shrug off one check right there, and now turning back with it as Whitby goes to work in the offensive zone once again. Pitch back to the top, held there. Austin Murphy, hands off. Cycling through on the side, long shot, pass across. And they go cross crease, and again, just like the season opener, it's an early 2-0 lead for Whitby. This time the Steelhawks striking even faster. In that season opening game, it took them 3:50 to get a 2-0 lead. And in just under 2 minutes of action, they're up 2-0 here over Oshawa once again. Fast pace, breaking back the other way, back to the trailer, long shot, pass in front, bouncing just off of a stick, and it'll be slowed down here by Glebe, who walks it out. Pitches it ahead, running it across the line now. Whitby going to work offensively again. A couple of new faces on this roster as that shot bounces off of a foot into the corner. Fresh 30, that long shot is squeezed again, and Schutzkowski will hold on and allow Oshawa to set up. Outlaws trying to enter the zone, big hit right along the boards on the near side, and then backing up, looking for a little bit of space. Gilray, he handed it off. He's got it back now in the near corner. Gilray looking to hand it off again. Long shot, that one steered off of it looked like the right leg by Glebe. Oshawa to work again, trying to fight out of that corner. Long shot, hacked aside, bouncing away. Mancini with a chance there. And 3 minutes in, Whitby's holding on to this 2-0 lead. Stopping up, far side, feeding across. Steelhawks going to work once again, trying to drive in, back out in front, and a shoulder save. The rebound's right there, and they try and tuck it home. Just a toe in the crease, so Schutzkowski bailed out again. Ryan Nolan pitches it back. Shielding here and trying to get into the zone was Brandon Ben. He had a big game the first time these two teams met up. Now on the far side, back just outside of the zone, steered aside by Glebe. Rebound collected again as Chaykowski got his own rebound off of the long shot, and he's sitting at the top of the zone waiting for it. Pitches it back. He's looking for it once again. Chaykowski over to the far side. Now running in, looking for something, trying to roll it through a crowd. 13 seconds is on the clock. And now Oshawa will maintain possession. Went off a Whitby leg. They're going to try for a quick one here. Fresh 30, cutting into the middle. And a big save by Glebe, who goes rolling down to the side of his net. as Albrecht had it, and then trying to come out with it again, pinned up against the boards, no room for him to go anywhere, was Corey Upshaw. Ball comes back the other way. Oshawa can't get a clean break on it, though, and they're going to try and regroup. Rolling with it, Tchaikovsky. Handed off to the left side, and it comes all the way back to Gilray, who threw it to the far side, now trying to cut in, back across, and open at the side. Looked like McLadders, but couldn't do anything with it. Now Whitby's got another chance here, looking to make it 3-0, running it back. In behind the net, circling around the zone, pitching it all the way back out, near center. Feeding it back down, back across, and they get it through the screen. Oshawa a little bit stunned here, is just 5 minutes in, they're down 3-0. They trailed 4 times the first time these two teams met up, finally pulling ahead in the second quarter. And they're going to look to try and stage a comeback right here, streaking through the zone. A lot of speed right there, off to the side, and steered aside by Glebe once again as he got in front of Strasher. Tries to feed it back down the floor, but waiting for reinforcements, circling. Trailer coming into the zone, gets it down into the far corner. Now they're working it along from the top of the zone. Jab step for Bushi. Bushi's long shot, that's turned aside. Shuchkowski comes out, had to stop a rebound there too. Tried to play the ball off the end boards, and they're not done. Whitby still controlling. Steelhawks have the ball. 26 to go here on the shot clock. They feed it back. Back pass, couldn't quite get through the screen. As Bushi picks it up once again, feeds it back out in front, and a big hit. As now they'll circle it around, try and get that cross floor pass working once again. And Shuskowski going post to post to make the stop. Steelhawks maintain possession here, walking in with it. Murphy pitching it back up top, sidestep. That one bounces wide, comes back all the way out. As it'll bounce right back into Oshawa possession. They're going to look for a quick one here. 8:50 to go in the first. Couple of hacks along the side there. Nice step inside and just sneaks it through Tyler Glebe. Getting back on the board, Brandon Ben. Ben, one of 3 players on this Oshawa team with 11 points. 6 goals on the season to lead them. 5 assists to go along with that. Draw scrum picked up there and lost again. It looked like Bergsma was going to come away with it. Then it was poked away a couple of times. Oshawa ends up coming with it. Tried to get it into Bergsma again, but that one rolled off of his stick into the corner. Oshawa the first to it, though. Outlaws trying to do some work in the corner, back out in front. And just like that, they're right back in it. Connor Laird from the top of the crease rips it home, and it's a 1-goal game. And Oshawa finds themselves trailing by 1 as Bergsma leans in again. Oshawa poking for that ball, trying to come away with it. Rolls back as Tchaikovsky jogs away with it, and he'll casually take it into the zone. Spins back, looks for a little bit of space, tried to go inside shoulder. Now he's pinned up against the boards, finds a little room once again. Tchaikovsky flips it over far side. That one's ripped across. That shot just wide, bounces off the board and coming back down the floor as Triolo just fired it high and wide of everything there. So Steelhawks, some prime real estate here as they go to work. Trying to run it through, no room. Pitched back, so they'll go to work on the perimeter once again. Sweeps it back around, diving chance in front. And covered up by Shuskowski. As now Oshawa will take it back the other way. Spinning back, waiting for reinforcements. Charbonneau, as now it's down in the corner, back out front, and it bounces back into that same corner. Oshawa had 2 white jerseys down there, outnumbered by the 3 black, and eventually coming away. And we're going to have a penalty coming back in behind the play here, as Whitby's going to run it back down the floor. Upshaw has it, pitches it back. They're going to wait patiently here as Bushi handed it off. He's going to go set up on the far side, just inside the line. Holding here. Milligan, as now it's down into the corner once again. Coaching staff for Whitby calling for a reset here as they go to work again on the perimeter. Coming back, it's Milligan once again looking for a little bit of space, getting it across the floor. That shot just ripped wide, and it'll bounce all the way back out. It'll hit the Oshawa bench. Welcome back to Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network. Whitby Steelhawks a 3-2 lead as they get set for their first power play of the game and go to work on the outside. A lot of good ball movement so far from the Steelhawks. They look for a chance. Milligan's long shot, that bounces off of Szuczkowski's pad, and this might be a chance running the other way for Oshawa. Odd men coming back. This one's going to be a long shot, and Glebe kicks out the left leg. And he's able to steer that aside 30 seconds into this Whitby power play. And how about that pressure on the penalty kill from Oshawa? A little extracurriculars afterwards, getting into it. And maybe getting under the skin of a couple of the Steelhawks a little bit there. Some pushing and shoving after that. Chance to kill some valuable time here for Oshawa or get back into this game. Stopping up and starting again. Ben, his shot, Glebe had to fall down and just cover that up, and they're going to start it back out as Glebe recovers in his net. Quayle going to work as he feeds it back. Bushi, he's got a goal, looks to tee up a long shot, then tries to float a pass in, but not handled at the right side of the net. Instead, spinning with it in behind, trying to get it back out in front to the top of the crease, knocked away. And then Oshawa's able to come back with it once again. 5 minutes to go here as they take up space in the Whitby end. Jogging in, Gilray feeds it back. Long shot there is just wide of the net as that one's fed back down. Back to the top of the zone as they start to cycle it once again. Far right side here, jab step. Try to get it back in, rolling ball. Just out of the reach of Borksma as he rolls one on with the expiring shot clock. Last ditch effort there, just into the chest protector, but 10 seconds to go here on the power play for Whitby. And we do have an offsetting. And now Oshawa's going to get a quick power play here. Or rather, still killing it off. It was 4-on-4 there for a bit. So now they're going to get their chance to get some valuable time back. Oshawa working on the power play here. Fed off to the short side, back to the top. That one kicked aside by Glebe again as time ticks away. Working it around again. Man out of the box for Whitby. Glebe turns another one aside, and it bounces all the way back out to about center. As they're throwing it around a little bit. Quick chance here. Loading up from long distance. Glebe shoves that one aside. Quick back to his feet, and Oshawa is keeping up the pressure here. Gilray keeps it in. Starts calling the shots, directing traffic. Feeds it back all the way. This one's handled at center as they get it to the far side. Jab step there, trying to get around one stick. Good forecheck there, good stick work. Trying to take a cut inside and then a diving chance, but Zach Sloan not able to come away with anything there as Whitby will take control, 3:20 to go. Bushi carried it in, handed it back to Crawford. And there they're going to work once again on the outside, and it looks like Whitby's really going to try and work the perimeter there. Quick turnover. Instead, it's headed back the other way for Ryan Nolan. He's got a hold up. Tchaikovsky looking to set up the play as he feeds it off to the far side. Stutter step. Can't quite come in, and then odd numbers there, 2-on-1 as it brushed back the attacker. That long shot from Tchaikovsky turned aside by Glebe, and that's up and into the rafters. 2:40 to go. Oshawa maintains off the Glebe save as they're cycling it back, far side. 2 steps right there. Glebe again. He's been strong early on, and he shakes that one out of the left pad. And Whitby's going to push it back down the floor. Steelhawks go to work, jogging in with it. As a one-handed pass and a backhand shot, no look as well. As just trying to shove that through. It's going to come back the other way here. Now one-on-one, trying to get around the defender and then just lofting a soft shot on net, losing the handle on it was McCrory. As he ran right into the teeth of that Steelhawks defense. So they tighten up, a good change there to save the chance. Now a couple of backpedaling steps there as floating one on and somehow getting it through. Doubling up this lead, the Steelhawks are back out in front 4-2. Oshawa chasing after that loose ball now off of the face-off. Looking for a little bit of late pressure here. 1:30 to go, driving hard to the net. Glebe makes the save, run into by his own defender. And with a couple of trailers there, they're going to try and run it back, but Whitby just doesn't have the numbers, so they're going to hold up and wait to gather things. Collecting on the near side, working to Szuczkowski's left, tucking inside as they tried to drag it around. Had a chance there, but right into the chest protector of Szuczkowski. Oshawa setting up again, Outlaws. Trying to bring it back within one here as they feed it back across. That one out of the reach, bouncing away from Charbonneau. And he'll retreat to the bench, and they'll go back to work on the Whitby side of things, looking to get that 3-goal lead back. Held on the outside, 45 to go, long shot. That hit off of a helmet in front. Bounce back out, and then driven hard into the boards, but eventually coming away with it. Greg Board coming in as he tries to rip it back out in front. Bouncing ball there, eventually controlled, coming back just across the line. Jab step, cut back inside, and just off the inside of the post. That close for McCrory. Comes back all the way down the floor as Szuczkowski. Looks like the Outlaws are going to have the last chance here. They're setting up for it. Mancini walking it in. He hands off. 10 seconds to go here. 4-2 right now for Whitby. Jog it back in. Long shot, and that's smothered by Glebe. 3 to go. He's going to try and stretch the floor with the empty net. And it just bounces up and over. But Tyler Glebe, an outstanding first period as well as great offense. Two teams pretty similar in offense through that first quarter. 17-15, the shots in favor of Oshawa. Whitby decidedly behind on face-offs as Oshawa won 7 of them, but they're going to have an early chance here. That one rolled on. Szuczkowski had to be sharp as he quickly turned that one aside. Whitby grabs their own rebound. They go back to work. Slowing it down, going to work on the outside. That one off of a stick and bouncing up over the shoulder and then rolling around. Milligan had the chance. Instead, they go back to work. Milligan trying to work his way to the front of the crease, and then it's on the outside. Cycle back to the point. As they roll it back across, Whitby was going for a change, though, with the 30 winding down. And that pass found no one from Austin Murphy. So, trying again. Couple of whacks to the thigh there. As Triolo looks for a little bit of space. His pass out of the reach and then just swept ahead by Whitby as they push Oshawa back. Oshawa's got to rush it back down the floor if they're going to get a chance here before the shot clock expires. 10 to go on it. And then after that, refs had blown it dead, hacking afterwards. And never mind, initially they did have a second 2 minutes up, but they've taken that off of the board. So it is, in fact, a power play here for Whitby as they work it around the outside, looking for a little bit of space here. That long shot bounced up in front of Szuczkowski as he shrugs it up into the rafters. And Whitby will get another chance here. working around, just whipping it, just out of reach right there, nearly clipped the referee on the arm as they go back to work on the perimeter. Down low, back out to the top. That one turned aside by Szuczkowski as well, as Milligan was just ripping from the top of the zone right there. And now Oshawa will get a chance to run it back down the floor. Nolan was trying to kill some time with it. Gets thrown across to Sloan. Sloan backpedals, nearly had it picked off there as Milligan got in the way of that pass, but instead Oshawa will retain, backpedaling again. They get a quick chance just in front of Tyler Glebe, who has to slam himself down to the ground to keep that one out, as the Outlaws keep the pressure up on this penalty kill. They're down to just 50 seconds to go here. Down a man as Whitby has pretty much been hemmed in their zone, except for the early stages of their man advantage. Trying to cut it back in front here. Chance from out front, tumbling to the floor and having it roll out of the basket. That could have been a great chance for Oshawa, running it down here as the Steelhawks retreat. Didn't quite have the numbers on the fast break, so they'll slow it down and try and get things set up again. Couple of false steps in there, and Szuczkowski had it somewhere, bounced down in between his legs. 10 seconds to go here now on the penalty, so Oshawa was going to kill this off just by running it back down the other way on the floor. Is a nice spin move, gets them set up by Triolo, who hands it off. Working it across once again, St. John, bounce pass. That long shot doesn't quite make it through. Triolo tried to pick it back up. Now they're going to have odd numbers going back the other way. In for Whitby, scores! How about that chance in transition? So just when you thought Oshawa was building a little bit of momentum there, they kill off the penalty. 10 seconds to go. They start running it down the floor, about to get back to even strength. The turnover in the Whitby end sends it back on an odd man rush. Steelhawks capitalize. And a team that's a little bit different than the one that watched 4 different leads evaporate in the first meeting with Oshawa has now got themselves a 3-goal lead here, 5-2, with 11:10 to go in the second quarter. Cycling on the outside, 20 to go on the shot clock. Down to the corner, Szuczkowski steers that into the corner. Running it back in behind the net and cycled around once again. Now they've got it all the way back out to the top. And casually backpedaling with it is Bushi. Bushi hands it off. Then the pick play through a screen. And the grip and rip right there has them out to a 4-goal lead. And on the violation, Oshawa, which had such a strong advantage, 7-0 on faceoffs in the first quarter, has turned over 2 so far in the second. That long shot steered aside. As Szuczkowski trying to hang on and keep his team in it, and then trying to tuck it in behind. And just not enough space in behind. As now with this 4-goal lead, the Steelhawks getting creative in behind the Oshawa net. As Oshawa will go to work once again, trying to run this into the center of the floor. Long pass there out of the reach of John St. John, who's open on the left side. Whitby running the floor once again, slowing the pace, waiting for the rest of the line to catch up. And now they'll start to cycle it around the top of Oshawa's zone. Dragging it back, Austin Murphy feeds it down to the left side. Murphy trying to cut his way to the front of the net once again. That one back out, and Murphy, who was retreating, ended up playing it, but good defense from Oshawa. Winds the 30 seconds down. They're going to try for a quick strike right here. Jab step, cutting back out in front. And then Glebe makes a couple of saves, the last one, as he's rolling to his right. Somehow keeps it out. Now Whitby, they're going to try and run it back down instead now. Deciding that it might be better to wait. Good move driving it back to the front of the net, leaping shot, shoots Kowski, didn't have an idea of where it was, made the save, lost the ball after, but the rebound rolled harmlessly to his right side. Oshawa trying once again here, looking for any offense, as knocked down to the ground, still with it though, and rolling off of that check was Andrioli. And his chance didn't amount to much there, as now Whitby will set up shop once again. Pick play, back pass, no room right there. They're going to run it one-on-one back down the floor here. A little bit of space, trying to drive to the front of the net. Glebe jumps, trying to make a save, knocked his net in the process, and it rolls into the corner. Hit from behind there, one Oshawa player down. Looks like he's on top of the ball, gets up with a couple of parting shots. Looked like Connor Laird as he was getting back to his feet. Whitby no worse for wear, takes it, rips one on net, gets their own rebound, feeds it back. Open at the top, low shot, scores! Albrecht wide open. Oshawa came into this game 3-0. Whitby came into it 1-3, but it's looking like those roles are reversed so far in this one. Halfway through the second quarter here. And it's a big 7-2 lead for the Whitby Steelhawks. They may be looking to add to it here. Battling with it down in the corner, trying to poke it away, pinned up against the boards. Loose ball rolling back. As that one will be called, so Oshawa will get a chance here to set things up. Tchaikovsky out on the floor. He tries to get his way to the middle of the floor as St. John walks it in, gets it across the floor, and a big save with the left hand from Tyler Glebe. Welcome back to Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network. Oshawa going to work here, down 7-2. As the back pass right there rolls up against the boards. Long shot there. That one's steered aside. As Whitby finally controls the loose ball, starts back out the other way, and they can't control it as they run it into the Oshawa end. Oshawa picks it up, goes to work once again. As they try and run it back down the floor. Chance out in front, and that one's turned aside. Bounces all the way back out to center. Oshawa the first to it. Should make note, actually, Lucas Coote in net for the Whitby Steelhawks. As it bounces into the corner, so Coote making the toe save there. As now spinning with it, back shot, and that one steered aside. Scotty Comer in net. Trailing by 5. 6:12 to go here in the second quarter. Oshawa working the perimeter. As they're choosing to slow things down. As earlier on in this quarter, fast-paced action end-to-end. Working it back and forth, trying to get that lateral movement. Fed down low, that shot off of the shoulder of Coote and into the rafters as it comes back out to center. Whitby looking to control it on the fast end here. They get it down deep into the corner. 1:30 to go on the power play for Oshawa. Whitby controlling here, just playing keep away. Far side, penalties coming away from the play as there were slashes on the Oshawa end, and then a Whitby player ended up tackling. Looked like Andrioli to the floor, and it appears we might end up with offsetting here as they have a couple more words for each other as they head towards the box. Things sorted out down on the floor. Oshawa remains on the power play for the next minute 13 here, going to work. as they pitch it around the outside. Looking for a little bit of space, trying that backdoor chance. Fake shot rolled just wide, bounces off the net, and it's bouncing back down the floor as Comer was coming out for it. Wasn't going to have a chance to play it as the shot clock winds down here. 51 seconds to go. Whitby's going to get possession in hopes of draining the remaining time on this penalty. Bushi cradles, hands it off, and then heads towards the front of the net. Ball on the far side, spin move. Jab step and then tripped up. Swipe by the leg right there as Oshawa breaks back with it the other way. Whitby bench can't believe no call on that play as Oshawa sets back up. 15 seconds to go here in the man advantage. Time ticking away here. 5 seconds to go before even strength as it's now contained over on the far side. Bounces back into the corner. As that one, they tried to pitch it back out all the way to John St. John, who was at the top of the zone. And picking it up mistakenly was Josh Gilray. Whitby's going to go back to the power play. And the Whitby bench was all over that as you could hear them shout afterwards. And they knew exactly what had happened as that one's turned aside by Comer. Oshawa heading back out the other way. A little bit of position here. 3:45 to go here. Second quarter. Jab step on the other side from Ryan Nolan. He runs it in behind. Looked to stop. Now spins. As he carries it into the far corner once again. Pinned in by Brandon Turner. And he's still got it. Gets tripped up there, rolls off of him, and Whitby will control, running it back the other way. 1:10 left in the man advantage. Long shot whistled right over the bar as it bounces back. Working around the perimeter once again, trying to get it back to the top. This one right in front. Squeezed down. Comer just hops on that. And he's able to change possession for Oshawa. 45 seconds for them left to kill in this. Nice move to the outside, trying to spin it back. It was Charbonneau. As Maudsley was there, pushing it back as well. 30 to go here in the man advantage for Whitby. Oshawa, though, keeping the pressure on as they just whip one at the net in hopes of getting it on, getting a fresh shot clock, but instead Whitby will bring it back down the floor. Long shot, trying to catch Comer off guard there. He turns it aside and just lofts one out to the middle of the floor. Oshawa goes to work again. That one rolled just wide and then kept in once again. 7 seconds to go here. Oshawa about to get it back to even strength. As now it comes back to the point, working it again. Chabowski, he has his stick swiped out of his hands. It goes tumbling. Now breakaway the other way. In alone, over the shoulder. And how about that from Taylor Albrecht? Sprung on his own, and it's 8-2. And we await the face-off here. 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Quick shot there. Rubbed out along the boards, and then trying to pick it back up as it rolls into the corner. Whitby the first to it, pitch it back quickly. Now they're going to run the floor once again. As the Steelhawks slow up, long shot, bounce wide. That kicks off the board. They're going to have a chance going back the other way. Andrioli's shot, that's straight into the chest of Coot as he turns it aside. But Oshawa, the first one to the ball as they run it back around. Berger had it, hands off, spin move down low in the corner there as it's pitched up. Still can't pick it up on the floor. 50 seconds to go here. Hand off at the top of the zone, trying to work it back in, desperately trying to get a shot on as the shot clock expires. Fed across, 4 to go. That one just off of the leg of Coot and steered into the corner. Oshawa back to it though. Late pressure here. Time ticking away. 30 to go in the second quarter as they work it back. Running it around the top. Holding. Trying to muscle their way through, rolling that one in, turnover, heading back the other way, 15 on the clock. And that will kill it immediately. Welcome back to Arena Lacrosse action here on the JVI Sports Network. 16 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Whitby controlling and an 8-2 lead over Oshawa. Holding for the last chance, trying one back out in front. Long shot, that one steered aside as Comer squeezes the legs together, and that will do it for the second quarter. And the Whitby Steelhawks are fired up. Welcome back, Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network as Whitby looking to close out this upset over Oshawa. Through one half, they're up 8-2, and now the pressure's on them for the last 2 quarters here. And after failing to win a face-off in the first quarter, Whitby holding the advantage 3-2, but it's Oshawa with the early power play here to start the third quarter. Going to work down low as they work it on the far side. Back around the perimeter. That shot steered aside as it bounces back out. And now Whitby, a little bit of confusion on the floor as 2 balls come out there at the end, but cleared up, and Whitby starts back down the floor with 30 seconds killed off in this Oshawa power play. Jab step there, trying to get back around was Keeley, JP Keeley. Couple of goals in the first 2 quarters. Keeley now tries to roll one on, and it bounces up, and it's handled there by Comer as he flips it out, and now Oshawa will start back down the floor. Bounce back a couple of times. Triolo feeds it back once again to Ben. Ben handling at the top of the zone. He rips one just outside of Tyler Glebe, who's out to start this third quarter. Breakaway, shorthanded, jumping shot, and somehow sneaking through Comer. Off of that face-off, rolled back down into the corner as Oshawa now faces a ton of pressure here, down by 7 early on in the third quarter. Back at the top, fed down low, side of the net, back right across, and somehow Glebe getting across to make that save, and now they're going to start back down the other way again. Here's Jones Smith. He has it knocked off of his stick, loses the handle, and now pedals his way back. As Board feeds it down low, handled at the top of the zone once again by Ben. That shot off the legs and into the near corner. Now they're going to try once again, cutting back to the front of the net, trying to tuck it through, and just can't find any room was Gilray. Now trapped up against the far boards. Another hit down into the corner. Turner on his man, and we've got a violation and a turnover here. And slow to pick it up as Oshawa goes back trying for a quick strike right there, but Whitby turning it back up the floor as they tried to set something up, feed it back, but ends up going too far, rolling back down the floor, so they're going to give it right back to Oshawa. Coming out of the corner, a couple of hacks, now cutting his way to the front. Glebe turns that aside from Tchaikovsky, and then Glebe gets bowled over. It looks like Oshawa is going to come out of it with a power play, so Glebe shakes off a few cobwebs as Oshawa goes to work on the man advantage. No room on the near side. Back across the perimeter, long shot, backpedaling into that. Now just to the side of the goal. That one stopped. Glebe on it in front. Defense first to it. Now they're going to run it back down the floor. This one fed quickly in transition down the side. Looking backwards, they're going to feed it back, just keeping it on the offensive side of center. Jumping attempt there from Austin Murphy, who keeps it alive as that one's bounced in front just out of the reach of a reaching Scott Comer. Stops, turns, quick fire right there. Looked like he lost track of the shot clock as Boucher was walking it back. Good pressure for Whitby, and that pressure led to a penalty now as it's going to even things up here. And we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next minute 10. Trying to drive it back to the outside. Quick shot smothered by Comer as he picks it up between his feet, hands it off, and now with a little extra room on the floor, Oshawa is going to try and go to work. Walking it back out, looking for a little bit of room. Tchaikovsky can't find anything, gets a pick there, and then tries to roll into the center of the floor, but now pinned to the outside once again, trying to sweep it around. Turned over here. Whitby's got it, heading back the other way. Whitby, 1-on-2 right here, trying to tuck it through, and just barely keeping out was Comer. Comer almost caught flat-footed there and just barely got a piece of that ball, keeping it out of the back of the net and preventing Whitby from their 10th goal on the night. Oshawa now trying to drive the middle, backpedaling, looking for some room, and then thrown to the ground as Brandon Ben was trying to back his way down towards the crease. Ben now takes the ball at half, and he's going to start out this 4-on-3. That one off the M boards. Now back to a 4-on-4 here for the next 40 seconds. And is trying to rip that one in front, somehow finding a hole. A big shot from Mike Triolo through a screen. So the Outlaws not able to sneak one through on the power play, but they get one with both teams down a man. Now they're looking for a little more pressure. That one ripped into the chest of Glebe. The rebound turned aside too. He was down on the floor, but somehow got a shoulder on the diving chance. And now Corral down in the corner. It looks like we've got another penalty coming here. And if you're a fan of a wide open floor, this is the time for you. Is Oshawa working on a 4-on-3. That one a big stick save right there from Glebe as Whitby tries to run it out. A couple of hacks, sweeping swipes there, and a hack to the right hip, trying to knock it out of the cradle. Now picked up and walked back, but Oshawa loses the handle on it. Gilray picks it back up again, and he's going to run it back down. Oshawa looking for some space down low, side of the net. That one bounces up. As now they're going to go back to work again. Glebe makes that big save. Then they tried to tuck it out over his shoulder, but out to cut down that angle as Oshawa now out to a 5-on-3. Whitby trying to corral that. Is a great move from Jordy Jones-Smith, just ducking a would-be checker as he carries the ball in. Now trying to cut his way towards the net, and then corralled there was Keeley. Keeley getting pushed around down in the corner there, eventually loses the handle on the ball. And now Oshawa will start back a 2-on-1. Keeping and scoring. How about that? The 2-on-1. Draw scrum there. Oshawa comes away with it, and now feeling a little bit of momentum here. A couple of goals has that lead for Whitby down to 9-4. They're within 5 after things got a little bit away from them. Big hack is cutting across the top of the offensive zone there. Now with the jab step, Tchaikovsky. He hands it off, and then trying to rip one through a crowd was Gilray. He couldn't find any room. Now back the other way, 2-on-1. Fed off across, but couldn't pick up the bounce pass as it clipped the defender's stick on the way by. And it ends up costing Oshawa as 2 for interference. So those 2 goals from Oshawa, Whitby has a chance to get one back here. Fed back out in front, and that's exactly what they do, as quick as you can. J.P. Keeley from the top of the crease, and he continues to dominate this game. And as Oshawa works so hard to get back into this one, eventually trimming that lead. Whitby getting right back to it. Oshawa looking for a chance right here. That's a save by the left foot. Sticking it out was Tyler Glebe, as now they'll start back down the other way. And Whitby trying to go in fast transition here. That one off the shoulder of Comer. He knocks it aside, but able to get to the rebound as the Steelhawks go to work. Down on the outside, back across, far side, trying to duck one check there. And then knocked down in the process. Oh, welcome back to 4th quarter action in Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network. Early violation on the face-off there as we start 4-on-4. So Whitby controls after a dominant 3rd quarter from Oshawa that got them right back into it, out shooting Whitby in the process 21-11, but it's the Steelhawks here working the perimeter early, trying to get an early chance, extend that 6-goal lead. Shutzkowski shoulders that and then throws it into his own net. Ryan Shutzkowski with a couple of head taps from his defenseman after, but we've seen some beauties and we've seen some weird ones tonight, and that definitely one of the weirder ones. Oshawa trying to get it back, dumped to the floor there, trying to get back up with it. No room, Tchaikovsky. He got up, didn't have the ball with him though, still rolling around there. Somebody yet to pick it up as it rolls past the Whitby net. Now a chance here as it's shoveled in front and then ripped past Shutzkowski. It sounds like Fernandez got credit for the most recent Whitby goal. Stepping up in the middle, bouncing one wide, was Zach Sloan. Sloan now holds it once again, gets it down low on the side, and then that shot from Strasher is bounced in. Thundering across the floor, Parker Sands. Parker feeds it back, teammate calling for it. They'll slow things down as Cam Milligan walks it in. Milligan gets it back, long shot, that one off the leg of Shutzkowski. Still loose over there on the right-hand side of the goalie, tied up. Whitby not letting Oshawa get out of their own end with the ball. Still loose there, poked around it. Center. And now Whitby will get the chance to set up the attack. Bushi, far across, long shot, rolls, and he was almost looking for the back door off the M boards there. But instead, Oshawa takes it back down the floor. Little duck trying to cut back in, cross crease, and they tuck it home. And right there, Oshawa continues to strike. Whitby's lead Back to 6 here, 15-9. Oshawa looking to cut it even closer as that one is smothered. As Glebe falls to the floor. As Whitby holding a 6-goal lead with 12.5 to go is going to get possession. Nice down low pass and then behind the back shot there, tried in front of the net. As Whitby continues to poke away at it. They get it back, now feeding it all the way back to the top of the zone, content to slow things down. As they'll take it in behind Szuczkowski. Trying to run out with it. Looking for some space. That shot is somehow squeezed by the right hand and leg of Szuczkowski, and now Oshawa will start back out down the floor. Back to the near point, cutting back inside, long shot, easily handled by Tyler Glebe as he'll just drop weight, survey the floor, and take his time in getting it out. This long pass, length of the floor here, now down low. Steelhawks trying to get something towards the front of the net. Back across off of a stick into the boards, a couple of hacks there, but Oshawa still able to pick it up and run it back down. Time ticking down, 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. End-to-end run, but nearly losing it on the handle. Berger rolled it back into the corner, but out of the reach of his teammate. So Whitby will take it over, and then reaching up, trying to pick it off, and then a broken play here. Whitby's going to get a chance as Andrioli tried to intercept the pass, nearly ran into his own man in the process, and the loose ball goes into the possession of the Steelhawks. They work it around. Dropping it down, back pass, and then a lunging shot lost in the process without his glove. As Bushi lost his feet and his glove, now back the other way. Outlaws driving the net. That one, no space to tuck it home, but Outlaws will get it back and try for another chance here. Back across. Right side of the goalie. Trying to swim through. Spin move now. Fed back. Long shot. That one bounced. Caught a piece of the net on the way by. As Glebe kicks it up. As Oshawa will get their chance with the man advantage. Working around, trying to run it in. That one in the feet of Glebe. He'll pick it up. Doesn't see anybody down the floor. Instead decides to dump it off. So Steelhawks will go for a run here. As they get it up, and nearly picking his own player there as he went off for the change was Brandon Turner. Instead they set up once again and getting it to the front of the net. Great chance from Austin Murphy. Now trying for the breakaway on the power play. Long pass doesn't work. And now Whitby's going to get the chance to kill off a little more here. Chance, and now Oshawa's going to run the floor again. 2-on-1 developing. Pass back across. That shot turned aside by Glebe as he kicks it over to the side as well, but the Outlaws control. Walking the floor, Triolo, he hands it off, gets it back, takes a look at his options, gets it down to the right side, hands it off once again. That comes back, bouncing through. John St. John has to run over, pick it up. Couldn't get it cleanly the first time. Now walking into that shot from a ways out, that was Strasher. As Triolo tried to get the pass through, but didn't have any lane, so instead controls it, sets it up once again, and he's going to get it back on the side, back to the top. Over to the side, back, looking for the long shot. In front, top of the crease. That one's bounced wide, contained though. Fresh 30 on the board as Oshawa continues to work it around. Backdoor chance over top. John St. John getting it through. As Oshawa comes away with that. Running it down the floor, trying to get to the front. And just not enough on that to get it through. Whitby taking it back the other way, and they're going to play a little bit of keep away as they try to drive through, muscle their way to the front of the net. That one didn't find anything on the way by, and then just bouncing off of a big hit there was Bushi. How about this? Looks like a 3-on-1 coming back the other way. Trailer there for Oshawa, gets it, loads up. Glebe kicks aside, and Whitby able to pick up the rebound. Steelhawks running it back down. Here's Bushi. Bushi lofts it across. Heading back to the near side instead. Heads off for the change. Oshawa trying to pin them. Delayed penalty here, so Whitby's going to kill as much time. 9 seconds to go on the shot clock as they roll back in. Long chance right here. That's knocked away, and Szuczkowski will reach up and just glove it. Welcome back, Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network. Oshawa going to work. 6:40 to go here. Nice spin move, trying to feed it back out in front, but way too much traffic. Loose ball here. Now Whitby running back down the floor with it, but it's a numbers game to Oshawa's advantage. So Steelhawks slowing up, and then rolling that one in casually was Turner. Then a big hit just on the offensive side of center. Quick chance. And how about that save from Comer? Man streaking towards the net, and Comer stands his ground. Now Oshawa looking to get something back. Trying to lean down towards the near side. Nice spin move at the top of the zone and ripping it home. Colin Maudsley has it down to a 5-goal Whitby lead as it's 10-5 now. They climb back 4 times in the previous meeting. They're trying to do it from a big hole here. Oshawa continuing to keep the pressure up. After falling behind, that one ripped just off the left leg as Glebe makes the save there. Triolo continues to buzz in this third quarter. Rolling ball picked up. He's going to get the handoff as Triolo steps his way across the line, jumps into the zone, hands it off. Once again, that long shot whistled wide as Oshawa will retreat and try and get it, but it bounces up and into the rafters. And so Whitby will get it back. Steelhawks back to the top of the zone. Running in, loading up, and firing from way out. Looked like Comer got a bit of it as it bounces back out in front of the Oshawa bench. And it looked like there was a bit of conversation. Second ball made its way into play there as well about what that might have hit off of before going out of play. Whitby, though, maintains possession. Steelhawks back to the top. Whips it across, whips it low. That one rolling, reaching, and just squeaking across the line. Not able to hop back on it was Comer. And it seems like just as the Outlaws start to get a little closer, Whitby is right there to put the pedal down once again. Chance out in front and tucking that one home. He was stopped earlier, but Triolo right at the top of the crease rips it. That goal getting Oshawa back to within 5, but Whitby powers it down low. Steelhawks get it back. Tucks it back inside, walks to the front. And the hands right there tucking it home as it looked like Chris Bucci. Oshawa with that face-off. Pass behind Triolo, however. Long shot. That's smothered. Glebe takes a long look down floor, then decides to dump it off instead to Jones Smith. As the bounce pass coming back here, now pitch and catch at the top of the zone. Going to work again, shoved down to the floor, loose ball on the floor, trying to hit the stretch pass here, one-on-one with Glebe. Glebe makes the stop and steers it into the end boards. Now it's loose in behind him, and there's 4 players in there trying to poke it loose. 4 minutes to go here. And Oshawa with a fresh 30 is going to have a chance. Oshawa bench hoping for a little more pace, a more deliberate pace to this possession here as it's fed down in behind the net. Spinning out in front, and how about that? What about that goal? As a great move from the side of the net, spinning out in front and tucking it home. It looked like it might have been Triolo on that play. Violation on the faceoff, hands it directly to Whitby. It was in fact Triolo on that beautiful spinning goal from the top of the crease as that pass to the side of Comer misses, bounces up high, and now they run it back. Oshawa advantage running back down the floor, back across, back to the top of the crease, trying to tuck it home, and that one's kicked aside by Glebe, who handles his own rebound. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Glebe desperately flings it off of the boards, and then 2 Steelhawks nearly collide with one another, giving Oshawa the loose ball, and that one's off unarmed and into the corner as well. Outlaws looking to settle it down and control. McCrory on the near side. There's that long shot. Steered aside, bounces back out. Whitby might be the first to it here. Now they're going to run it back down the floor. Bounce pass. That one just in behind Sands as it rolls away from him. And now Parker Sands comes back and tries to knock it away, but to no avail. Oshawa looking for goal number 8 here with 2 minutes to go. This one, shot from the top, and they've got it. Cam Mancini loading up and ripping it 5-hole. Big hack there off of the face-off that comes to the near side, just in front of the boards. Oshawa eventually able to come away with it here. They've got this lead down to 4, and what a story it would be if they're able to complete the comeback here. Is now trying to back down his defender in front of the net. Pushed away, tries to feed it back out as it hops up into the Whitby benches. Triolo had that highlight reel goal earlier, was trying to gain position and box out a couple of defenders in front of that Steelhawks net. Couldn't do it. Instead, it's a turnover with 1:30 to go here in the third. Running out with it, looking for a little bit of space, now down at the side of the net. Back across, and that one's tucked 5-hole. Delayed penalty here as a chance in front. Pardon me, no delayed penalty on that. As Whitby goes to work. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Long shot, turned aside. Coper falls down in the process. Not sure if he got bumped, but he's in the back of his own net. And he's in a huge amount of pain. As the two teams are escorted back to their benches, and the trainer tends to the Oshawa goalie. We'll take a break here. It's Welcome back on the JVI Sports Network. You're seeing Scott Comer help to the medical attention as he's been led back to the locker room. And so Ryan Schutzkowski now comes in between the pipes for Oshawa. So with the score sitting 14-8 for Whitby here, power play. As Oshawa looks to go to work, feeds it back down at the side of the net. Little bit of space trying to walk out, but big toe got in the crease there, so Whitby will take control and start to run it back down the floor with 30 seconds to go. Whitby now with the goalie out. 12 seconds to go on the clock, trying to get a last-ditch chance. Driving to the front of the net was Bushi. As Oshawa in the process takes a penalty, so Whitby gains control. Goalie stays out. Glebe still out for Whitby. Last-ditch effort, get in behind the net, but they run out of time. Can't get it off. As Whitby holds on to a 6-goal lead, 14-8, as they try and hang on against Oshawa with 1 quarter to go here on the JVI Sports Network. Welcome back, Arena Lacrosse here on the JVI Sports Network. Whitby 5-goal lead here, 15-10, and a power play with 6:55 to go here over Oshawa. Schutzkowski makes a big save, kicking that one up to the rafters. So Whitby gets a fresh 30 and the ball back in the offensive zone. Long shot, fake there, tried the backdoor play across the crease, and that bouncing ball lofted up. Oshawa able to control it though as they bring it back down the floor. Spinning it and then sending it down as Tchaikovsky. As Oshawa looking for an opportunity here to break through, pushed back in behind the net and then falling, just trying to swipe it on net and running out of time. Fast break, but it's going to be brought back, pushing and shoving in behind. St. John gets it back, back pedals, tries to get it back across, rolling ball just to the left of Schutzkowski, back to the top. St. John stops up, rolls around, gets a pick, feeds it off, long shot, that's steered aside, and it looked like Whitby was going to be the first one to it. They're just going to be able to get a handle on it, but it's going to come back on and continue to roll on them, so they weren't able to pick it up cleanly from the Whitby bench, and now finally making his way over to the box for the delay of penalty. Whitby still pleading their case on that. Trying to get away from the delay of game penalty, but it's called nonetheless. 4-on-4 here, another 30 seconds of it. Oshawa trying to jump back into this one. Back top of the crease, that one bounces wide and up into the roof, so Whitby will get to control here. 5:28 to go in the game. Jogging it out down the floor, handoff here as Austin Murphy casually flips it over to Bushi. Bushi gets a little rub right there and then cuts to the front of the net and tucks it home, diving across the top of the crease and sliding it right under that left arm of Ryan Schutzkowski. Schutzkowski couldn't get across in time, opening up a 6-goal lead with 5:24 to go. And Whitby trying to hold on for a little bit of revenge from their earlier loss to Oshawa this season. Ball swept away, trying to stretch it back down, but instead coming out is Glebe. Glebe bounces it over. Picked up in the feet, slow to get to it. A lot of pressure right there as Connor Laird came in and hacked it free. And now Laird scrambles into the corner to pick it up. Oshawa knows time is of the utmost importance right now. Glebe sticks his shoulder in front of that and might have stung him a little bit. 4:45 to go, 16-10. Whitby leading Oshawa, and they start with the ball. Dancing on the outside, trying to cut back in front. That time, Szuczkowski stands tall to the task, slamming the legs together to keep that one out. Oshawa pushing it back down the floor, trying to get one here, is now trying to tuck it short side and just finds a little bit of room. And with 4:23 to go, the Outlaws are within 5. Continuing to cut the lead. Face-offs have been big in this one, as Whitby's battled back after a tough opening quarter and a breakaway chance there. Szuczkowski with another big save. And now Oshawa's going to try and turn it into some transition offense. Bad turnover right there. And instead bobbling it down in the corner. Sands couldn't quite get it cleanly. Sands comes back and hits his man along the boards, tries to knock it out, but couldn't get it free. A little overzealous on the play as it cost them, so they'll now have to kill a penalty with 3:55 to go. Working it around, Whitby just trying to take the clock for all it's worth, side of the net, and tucking it home between the post and the leg. Austin Murphy face off here, picked up initially by Oshawa, but poked away here as Jones Smith runs it back down the floor, and that one bounced just to the right of the net. As with 3.5 to go, Whitby will get control of it once again. Bounce back, taken off the face mask right there by Bushi. As he's able to control, gets it down into the near corner, back across. That one bounced wide in a diving attempt there, not able to be controlled, so it'll come back over. And Oshawa is going to get their chance in the offensive end. Triolo using that big body to shield himself there. Got it across the floor. That one easily handled by Glebe. Right into the basket, and they'll take it back the other way as the Steelhawks look to take this down. Below 2.5 minutes to go, 2:45 left. And 10 on the shot clock. That long shot didn't look like it had much of a chance, but clipped Szuczkowski on the way by. So the Steelhawks work it once again. That one bounced in, trying to drive it towards the net and taken down on his way by Austin Murphy. Murphy going as well in the process. 2:18 to go here. So Oshawa getting control of it. And a chance there. Tried to tuck it short side on Glebe, but he controls. 2:06 to go. As Whitby continues to just bleed out the clock here, walking it across half. And then away from the play once again. We've got two instances here. Andrioli was shoving with Milligan, and then closer to the middle of the floor. I'm not sure he was in it when it started. Triolo's over there. So Oshawa, with 1:49 left to go in this game, will have to spend the majority of it, or the entirety of it, killing off this penalty. Sauntering in, taking his time, is McMahon. Doesn't have to rush it here. His team firmly in control, 17-11. Whitby with the advantage. Long shot off of a leg. Didn't quite make it through. That one pinned up. 2 seconds to go on the shot clock, and then dragged down at the end of it was Campbell. And so Campbell will try and run his way back into the play. As that pass, trying to get it back to Triolo, was tipped up. Bouncing ball here, 1:05 to go. Kicked back across center. Whitby picks it up. And the Steelhawks just spinning with it, content to keep control under a minute to go. Bounce back down in the corner. As it's fed back but picked off, so Oshawa is going to have a chance to run it back down. Long shot through a couple of legs, bounces back off the M boards, and now Whitby's going to bring it back down the floor. Stopping up, one streaking towards the net, back across top of the crease, and that one's bounced just through as Campbell cranes his neck to the ceiling. He had a chance from right in front of Ryan Schutzkowski. 23 seconds to go here. Oshawa, last chance, trying to get towards the front of the net. 20 on the shot clock. Back pass there is knocked away. And then trying to gain position on Triolo. Can't get it. Rolling ball taken down in the process as McCrory looks like he dragged Turner down to the floor. And with 2 seconds left to go, the Whitby Steelhawks were in control from start to finish in getting revenge on the Oshawa Outlaws, coming away with a big 17-11 win as Tyler Glebe, key stops throughout the night, comes up big for his side. And the offense certainly clicking for the Steelhawks.